This girl grabbed some fruit without paying. She picked it up and was about to walk away. The shop owner noticed and stopped her, but she suddenly turned around and let out a furious roar. That's when everyone realized she was a vampire, so they immediately tried to take her down. In this era where humans and vampires coexist, vampires have it really tough. They usually hide everywhere, never daring to show up in the human world. Elisa ran for her life and finally crawled back home through the window. That's when she realized how serious things had gotten. She kept apologizing to her dad, but outside a huge crowd had already gathered. They were all wearing red masks, belonging to an organization under Van Helsing that specializes in hunting vampires. Elisa wasn't too smart either. She basically led the hunters straight to their home. At that point, there was no turning back. The whole family had no choice but to run. John went up to a coffin, but no matter how much he knocked, there was no response from inside, so he had to force it open. Inside lay Elisa's grandmother, an ancient vampire elder. Before John could even explain the situation, she already smelled silver and garlic coming from outside. That stuff is deadly to vampires. There was only one way to survive, to get out of there fast. By then, Van Helsing himself had arrived downstairs. For centuries, they've been hunting vampires everywhere. Grandma had finally found a safe place to hide in this town, but thanks to Elisa's careless mistake, the whole family's location was exposed. To keep them safe, Grandma activated the ruby on her chest, sending out a distress signal to other vampire clans. Then she set the curtains on fire to cause chaos, and led her family to flee. But as soon as they got downstairs, Elisa suddenly froze. A blue light started glowing in her palm. Then images began flashing through her mind. Her thoughts were drawn to a forest where there was a coffin. The next second, an old man appeared inside it. Turns out she had accidentally awakened the vampire ancestor, Dracula, but she had no idea what was really happening. After getting separated from her family, she had no choice but to go back upstairs and hide. Since she knew the layout of the house really well, she managed to avoid the woman searching for her. But just when she thought she was safe, she ran right into a man. She ran as fast as she could up to the attic, but the man still caught up to her. In a panic, she lied and said she was human, not one of the vampires they were after. The guy almost believed her, but the mirror next to them gave her away. Because vampires don't have reflections. Once she was exposed, she bolted. She quickly escaped through the roof. She kept running for her life, and finally reunited with her dad. But before she could even catch her breath, the blue light appeared in her palm again. It wasn't the first time it happened. Every time it did, she saw strange visions. An old vampire being awakened, wearing a ruby ring that symbolized power, and he could somehow sense the girl's presence. It was like the two of them were connected. John was shocked when he saw that. Not every vampire had that kind of ability, and vampires don't dream at all. So what exactly is Elisa's true identity? Follow me to find out what happens next.